One thing I loved about the show last night was that after the show, I get to talk to somebody. Like the other shows, after the show, we usually hung out with a core group of people. You know, like in China, we hung out with some bands that we played with. But last night, I don't know, for whatever reason, maybe because it was so hot, we went outside, or because we couldn't smoke inside.
Yeah,
we went outside and we were in front of the club and we just got to hang out with, you know, a good chunk of the people who were at the show and talk to them or try and talk to them, you know, in English and Thai, and it was, I don't know, it just made me feel like there's a good community here, musicians and people really support the other bands too, you know. The city itself kind of reminds me of like Blade Runner.
Hey, you know why people have said that before? When I posted pictures, it said that it's Blade Runner.
It looks like it.
Really?
It does. It's crazy. I mean, I guess it's maybe some of the stuff that's overhead that makes you feel that way.
Yeah, that huge expressway that goes up to the airport, I find is like super Blade Runner walking around shopping underneath it.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, totally.
It's great.
Yeah, that there's multiple
levels.
Like,
the city's built vertically in places.
Yeah. Okay, now you've had like the Asian exposure. What does anything strike you as a main difference between crowds in Asia and crowds in North America?
And in China, and I guess it was a little different in Thailand, it seemed a little more relaxed and more North American in a weird way, but in China, where we play the bulk of the shows, there's this phenomenon of people will come to the show, they will go right up to the front of the stage for the opening band, they'll buy one beer, and they'll just fucking park themselves there. And they'll stare at the, I mean, they're like the most...
They don't break. Like, even when the openers are done, they don't walk away from the stage, they stay right up there. So you're like setting up and like line checking or something, and they're like staring intently.
It's
really like, go
audience.
Drink, you know, your promoters, the bar wants you to go drink. Like, the only way we're gonna come back is if you drink.
We're talking about bands from China, Thailand, you know, the bands we played with, and the band we played with from Hong Kong. A lot of the articles I read about like bands in these areas, especially in China and Thailand before we came over, had this tone of kind of like, oh, look at isn't it crazy that Chinese kids are playing indie rock, like, and that's kind of the selling point.
It's so painful.
That's
like
kind of
the only ones doing that. I feel like that's over here.
Kind of like a little pat on the head, you know. That's kind of, but
and they're always trying to relate it to like
Western
music, you know.
But after playing with these bands in China, and especially the bands in China, what they're doing is it's world class good. Like it's as good as Animal Collective. It's as good as like anything that gets really good reviews on Pitchfork. You know, like one other thing we learned is it's a lot more difficult for kids, I think, in Asia to be in bands.
Yeah,
you can't just start. I mean, I think it's a combination of economics. Like, you know, you work at 7-Eleven, you make $300 an hour or whatever. You know, like. And also your parents too.
Yeah.
Like if with the kids we talk to in Beijing, they're like, it's really hard for us to tell our parents that we don't want to go to university because there's not. I think it all revolves in China around the fact that there's no healthcare system. So you're expected to get a good job and take care of your parents. You're your parents' retirement fund. And you know, being in a band, like, who knows if you're gonna make money off of it, especially in a country that has no precedent of rock music. So. That's one thing I heard in Vietnam that blew my mind that wasn't indie rock at all was the street performers. They take guitar, scallop the frets on the guitar, they take the frets off. They tune the guitar to the same tuning that like the Vietnamese like folk guitar instruments are, and then they play it like brain-meltingly loud through these little speakers with like the karaoke reverb, and they sing through them too.
Yeah.
And it just sounds like the most, like it sounds like Sonic Youth or something. It's like if you had like a pro indie rock, you know, like noise band playing up against these guys would blow them out of the freaking water.
Wouldn't that be an amazing show though? Like
so there's bands in China that played with us like Guiley, PK-14, Offset Spectacles, Boys Climbing Ropes, Hedgehog. And they all sound completely different. Carsick Cars, but they sound completely different, but they're all in the same sort of art rock scene, which is really fascinating. And that, I guess my point was that that Chinese scene, specifically Chinese kids. So those were the kids coming to the show. There wasn't a lot of like foreigners, which was great. We got to Hanoi, and originally we were supposed to play in this large outdoor venue by the Red River, and there had been some problems with the owners. They basically screwed over the promoters. So we
promoters who had, brought multiple levels of costs
to have the show
be able to put on the show in the first place.
So we made the show like basically 2 rice paddies down, and they bought a huge outdoor tent, set up a stage, brought in.
And it was like torrential.
It was torrential downpour, and we were sound checking, and they've been having some problems with this. And this venue is truly out in the middle of nowhere. It's like a plot of land next to some tennis courts by the river, and the police showed up, and we had
we were sound checking.
We had a stack of money, like, to bribe this low-ranking police officer, and he refused to take it, which according to the promoters was a really bad sign, that he wouldn't take the bribe.
Yeah.
So things escalated, and we had to basically pack the shit up
Pack the stage.
jump in taxis, and they started calling around venues, and finally found a place.
And this is already like...
It's like 7:30, 8 o'clock. Found a place on the other side of the river, and did the show in this 150 capacity club. They packed like 300 or 400 people in there, and it was insane. Like, the sound system blew up.
The sound system blew up. It was raining so hard, and it was in kind of what they described as the main ghetto.
It's like where the people from the country when they get to Hanoi.
Okay.
That's where they first moved.
So who was the crowd then? Country people?
Yeah, it was like locals, Vietnamese,
it was a total
some
mix of like
expats. Like,
all ages?
All ages, yeah.
Well, I mean, they were supposed to not be like teenagers.
Okay, but I mean, like, was there a lot of old people? Because I see like some shows in other cities of Thailand, like just obscure old people, dudes in their 60s.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was random, like it was totally weird crowd,
So it was great, great.
But flooding while we played was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, and ขอบคุณค่ะ Thanks so much.